My name is Destiny Thomas, and this presentation is for COMM 1321 at Lamar University. Stop drunk driving. If you're a Texas resident, you probably noticed the multiple billboards that riddle the highways and freeways as you commute from one place to another, discouraging the use of alcoholic beverages by both the driver and passengers of any occupied vehicle. But why is this important to us as members of society? Imagine this. You've just gotten off of work from a long week, excited for the weekend and the plans you've made with family and friends to reduce the amount of stress you've encountered this past week at work. Your boss has even allowed you to leave a little early as a little reward for the hectic work week that your team has faced and overcoming the difficulties and appreciating the time and effort y'all have poured into your upcoming project. As you exit the freeway onto a nearby service road, you notice the driver in front of you veering into the oncoming traffic lane. Cars are honking, and the driver jerks his wheel in the opposite direction, a horrendous attempt at correcting his mistakes. The vehicle spins out of control into the nearby ditch and finally settles wrapped around a tree. The world stops. Cars have stopped and pulled over, witnessing what has just occurred. You pull over as well, and as you're attempting to render aid to the driver, who's now stumbling out of his vehicle with blood running down his forehead, you see it. A bottle of Jack Daniels half finished inside the cup holder. The sad reality is that 40% of accidents are caused by intoxicated drivers, according to the Drunk Driver Detection by COMM. Another article by Yenya explains how younger drivers aged around 18 to 25 are more susceptible to committing this offense than older drivers aged 65 and older. And lastly, another article by Stringer called Policing the Drunk Driving Problem explains how law enforcement officials are actually more likely to identify individuals that are committing an offense against driving while intoxicated versus members of society reporting this to the proper authorities. But why should you care? As members of society, it's our own moral duty to report something that we see that isn't right. Beyond that, you should also report this as it poses a danger to not just you and the others around you, but any innocent bystanders that may be caught in the crossfires at intersections, as reaction times may be delayed as well. This means that while you may not be in immediate danger because you're behind the driver and are able to predict their stopping and going, the driver of an intersection that's turning left may not be able to predict that the driver in front of you is intoxicated whenever he slams into the side of the SUV, causing the driver to become unconscious and the kids in the back to be injured and confused. So what can we do as a society? We can implement a blow before you go system, essentially placing car breathalyzer tests in every vehicle to mandate that all drivers are required to submit their blood alcohol concentration levels, which is determined by your weight as well as the number of drinks that you have had before you're able to operate your vehicle. This would not be time consuming as it takes around 2 to 3 minutes at a max and would be relatively inexpensive as it costs around $150 to install, including parts and labor. It also would create the solution of restricting intoxicated drivers from operating vehicles prior to any incidents occurring, forcing them to either sober up or to find a designated driver by using family, friends, or any contacts that they may know, as well as transportation apps like Uber or Lyft. So what can you do now as Texas residents? You are more than welcome to reach out to your local Texas Department of Public Safety and email them or submit a ticket at rules@txdmv.gov by the 25th of each month at 5 p.m. By submitting your interest into this program, you would be able to let the DMV know that it's something you're interested in, and if you'd like to further probe and get a faster response, you're also more than welcome to write to your state representative, where they would be able to propose a law as well to the Congress members. In summary, we talked about how car breathalyzer systems would be able to help society as a whole, not just an intoxicated driver, reducing the amount of 40% of traffic accidents from occurring in the first place, and reducing the amount of injured bystanders that had no idea of the dangers to come to them. We also talked about how car breathalyzers are relatively inexpensive to install, ranging from about $150, with parts and labor included inside that price. How it's not time consuming and takes around 2 to 3 minutes to complete, and could be done multiple times throughout your commute, and any time that your vehicle is not idling at an intersection, stoplight, or stop sign. And could be easily installed, and could be installed by vehicles that are already on the road, soon to be on the road, or still in production if it was prior to the dealership selling it.